All right. So you guys were yeah, you guys were doing your thing. You're about to we were kind of like in the middle of the camping time, basically. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sure who was
We did a bunch of.
sleeping
Go ahead.
in that first watch.
Sorry?
I'm not sure who was actually sleeping in that first bit.
We didn't really get to the point where we were assigning watches. We kind of like we handed out a bunch of loot. Elduin was knocked unconscious by the mirror at one point. And we were kind of just like going over all the stuff that was taking place during that period, but we weren't really doing it like in order or anything like that.
I don't know if we ever distributed and figured out who was gonna have what loot.
Yeah.
But I think we should probably wait to do that until we're out of the cave, because it would be a pain to distribute it and then someone dies.
Yeah.
And then we have to redistribute it again.
Yeah. That could be an issue. Right. You guys still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm messing with some audio settings while we're talking. Okay, so yeah, we don't have to worry about handing out loot right this second or anything. But if you guys wanted to have some more conversation stuff, I think we just had the sort of awkward conversation between Vash and Ishu. I think this is supposed to be a little bit bigger, maybe. This tiny hut. How big is it? Is it 15 by 15 or 20 by 20? Do you know?
I think it is 20-foot radius. Let me just double check. I'll link it.
20-foot radius would be 40 foot.
10 foot radius.
Okay, so 20. 20 foot across. All right. Some of you guys are wanting to conversate with Lex. We call him Lex. The aboleth, right?
Right. The forgotten one.
Yeah.
Right. I think Vash and Ishu were about to go and take their turn talking to him. If anyone else wanted to join in. And Timothy's character should be waking up, right?
Yeah.
Probably about now, yeah.
Well.
Am I missing something? I don't know. I feel like I'm off my game today.
I just realized that if I leave the tiny hut, the tiny hut disappears. So
yeah.
You'll be stuck there.
Can't you still hear anything that's outside? Just nothing outside.
Yeah, I can. So I'll probably just listen in on conversations.
You can poke your head out to put in your input to the conversation.
I'll probably be more focused on Melora than on Lex.
Mm-hmm.
Just to check in on her and see how she's doing every once in a while.
Yeah, she's still doing the ritual thing.
Oh yeah, I used all my spell slots healing her, so I can't do anything until at least an hour has passed.
Oops. Ignore that.
Ooh, who's he attacking?
That was misclick. Trying to set up my spells for the sleep.
All right.
I I guess since Odayn was the one who went down and, along with other people, I guess he went and got the loot. He probably would be like counting money or something
Okay.
while you guys are talking.
Yeah, I had so many questions last week, and now I'm struggling to remember what they were because it was a week ago, and my brain barely remembers yesterday.
Yeah. Well, Melora is still doing her ritual. She never really got to complete it. I think she doesn't complete it until the end of this like 4-hour period.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
End of the long rest.
Yeah. We had the conversation with Vash and Ishu. You mentioned having him talk to the aboleth. He said, yeah, he probably asked him about dragons or something. Odayn talked to him quite a bit. Orilyn talked to him a little bit, try to get cured. Yeah. I think
Did Seraphina talk to him?
I think maybe just briefly.
Awesome.
Yeah, you tried to like lead him away so you could stab him or something.
Or mount him?
Yeah, there was that. I just didn't address that, I guess. By the way, listening back to the episode this week was really hard because I heard myself saying the word like a billion times.
Like a billion?
Yeah, like a billion times, yeah. So I've got to like stop saying the word like, you know. All right. So, who's doing what?
I forget, near the end of last session, you said that Orilyn was starting to feel a fever. How bad did you say it was?
We'll see when we get to the end of the long rest.
Wasn't enough to cause mechanical issues yet. But...
Probably a little pale, feeling a little weak. You know, first signs of a fever.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys healed over the wound, right?
Yeah, I did lay on hands on it.
Yeah. The wound would have closed and healed up. But you still like feel something wriggling around in there.
Should we do we see oh gosh, I had such a hard time. Elduin waking up by now? Like it...
Yeah, sure.
Where is he in the map?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feeling alright there, Birdman.
Dwarf.
Alright. Didn't miss that.
I kind of sit up and I look around and Vash took my mirror, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure that I'm remembering that correctly. So I don't find my mirror, and I narrow my eyes at him.
Vash pulls the mirror out. Looking for this?
I do not narrow my eyes at the mirror.
See. I told you there was bad magic in it, but you didn't listen, did you?
I put my hand out and kind of mimic gimme.
Do you have a death wish? I mean, there's better ways of getting that accomplished. I can actually help with that.
I keep motioning for him to hand it to me.
Your loss. I'll toss it over.
I take it and I just tuck it in my bag.
Just don't show it to anyone else, or, you know, I'll have to blow you up.
I kind of shrug, shake my head, and go over to the tiny hut and sit down inside.
Do you want to speak to the big fish? No? Alright.
Wait, actually, can I get inside the tiny hut? Wait, is it whoever was in it before?
No, it's whoever he decides to allow.
Oh, okay.
No, it's whoever was in it when I was casting the spell.
I think Odayn made sure everybody got
Yeah.
the area before
Okay.
he cast it. Unless you just really didn't want to. do
I think
that.
we did it. I think we did it before we
Looted
went
the area.
scuba diving.
Oh, okay, okay. Then I'm fine.
It's reasonable that you guys would have all been able to group up. I think you could have.
I don't have the whole idiot walking into a glass door effect then. Good.
Yeah, we didn't really like establish a timeline of events once the sort of the combat ended and the talk and loot and conversation stuff started. So it's kind of
Yeah,
fun.
I sit
You can
down
play
and brood for a little bit.
you can play a little fast and loose with it if you want. That's fine. So
Well, maybe we can go and ask some of your questions, Ishu.
I mean, I kind of just have one.
Well, no time like the present.
Yeah, let's go. So you guys gonna approach?
So this thing had been talking out loud, right? Once it had beached itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay. So you guys wanna?
It was speaking like a whale, but like also a flute too.
Yeah, it's kind of like I said, it's covered in like hundreds or like thousands of these like holes basically that are kind of made to use to like take in water and stuff. They're not really mouths. Flute whale, yeah. And yeah, each one makes like a specific pitch or something, and it uses all of them like in unison to make conversation, kind of. So like it'll, to make certain noises, it has to blow this set of blowholes, and it's like a weird.
Go on.
Yeah. So Ishu's like, you first.
Forgotten one.
Yes.
I think you mentioned that your sister would know where you are and likely
Yes.
come for you. Is that right?
I think it's safe to presume she's watching us now.
So, how is she watching us?
The worms you spilled on the ground didn't wipe them all out, I think. Also,
Like a tentacle kind of points towards Orilyn.
her
Oh,
influence resides there as well,
that's just fantastic.
watching through your eyes.
I don't think Orlin's paying attention to what it's saying right now because she's too busy thinking about planting the Oberon seed and getting Melora to water it.
Yeah.
That's great. So what's your intention then? You just gonna stay here and wait for her to come and kill you?
Try to leave. Hide, perhaps. Is that what
And
you recommend?
Running is preferable to death most times.
Yes.
If she kills you, does she get your powers?
She absorbs from any she consumes. This is how she speaks as we do. A gift from the Kalishtar when their world was devoured.
Their world.
Yes, some yet survived. And over time came here. lived among the humans.
We'll circle back to that. Vash kind of surreptitiously looks over at the group to see who's listening.
Did you say the Kalistar's world was devoured?
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's hard to pick up because of the voice modulation. Sorry.
Yeah, a little bit louder.
Louder? Okay, I can do
Yeah.
that.
Well, I had this weird idea. How about you don't do that? The whole waiting to die thing.
That is not the plan. This form
Okay.
weakens. Must abandon it. Seek another. She is likely to pursue.
Right. Now, I mean, we kind of freed you. We're going to be taking care of her. What's one more to the list? Why don't you come with us?
In this vessel, how would you propose that?
That wouldn't work. We'd have to find you another.
But mine must be one that is forgotten.
Is that a hard rule, or is that just a formality?
This is the way of things.
Right. So you're just hoping that something forgotten will wander in here so you can take it.
No, not quite like that. I leave this form. Seek out another.
How?
From another plane of existence.
How is it that you do this? Can you explain it? If you can leave this form and search for another, are you vulnerable while you're doing it? Why don't you just stay in that form or in that state?
I could and have before, but it seems your Jianxi would prefer it if I can try and help again. I would need influence, a vessel to interact.
Information you can provide is useful, but all that information going to her, not great. And by her, I mean your sister.
I agree.
So, how do we fix this? How do we help?
Could perhaps destroy this vessel, prevent her from consuming it and its memories. The old ones stored them in their body.
You mentioned that her ability to do this came from the Kalistar. Does that mean that they had the ability to do that?
Her telepathy came from the Kalistar.
But not her ability to consume.
No, she brought that into being.
That's a relief.
She was the first.
The other question is, if we kill this form and you go and search for another, if it's something that must be forgotten for you to take it over, how are we going to find you for you to be useful?
I think most likely I will find you.
Great. I'm sure you'll be just in time to help.
You have bought the valley some time. She has not taken this place. This is a battle she has lost for a change. This will give you time to plan, to find another way, the next place on the path.
Speaking of planning, why don't you just tell me, well, I don't know, everything you know about her?
It would take some time, don't you think?
You can leave out the skin knees and the boo-boos in her childhood, just the things that are important, like, how to kill her.
I mentioned that I require memories to feed, yes.
All right, I follow ya.
I'm not asking for them. I'm simply explaining. Most creatures feed on something, yes.
But if she feeds on all living things, how do we keep everything living from her?
My point. Some creatures feed on flesh, some on plants. Myself, memories, other gods, on belief, on the light of the fountain itself. This need for consumption comes from her. It is her gift to the world. Everything must feed on something to live.
Are you saying we need to take away her food?
To stop her, I am uncertain. Have seen gods slain before when Aed the fire stood up against heaven because all he wanted to do was burn. They struck him down, shattered him into pieces. It
And
must
Aed
be
is
possible, but her form gave birth to all of flesh. We, me and her, had agreed to work with heaven, but it went wrong.
so many questions. How did it go wrong?
Heaven needed a vessel capable of holding a soul. Something to filter them to reach enlightenment. Nothing strong enough could be found except for her influence. To her, this was like removing a fingernail, perhaps, or a hair. Thought to be an easy separation, but it turned out to drive her insane. And she has become obsessed with reclaiming it ever since. So, was sealed away over and over. The most recent time was the dragons. They made a bad deal with heaven to seal her away, preserve a future for your kind and others. If they can do it, there must be a way you can as well. Or at the
So if
very
I'm
least, stop her. Stop her.
If I'm understanding you right, she's been sealed away multiple times.
Yes, always returns. Always consuming. Other worlds.
Yep.
Other worlds do not put up as much of a fight. But this one This one heaven has special care for.
All right. Care to share how they sealed her away? Just one or two or three of the other times.
That is knowledge I have not yet acquired. There
That
are,
means that those who sealed her away are still living?
must be.
You mentioned
Either
dragons did it last time.
yes, either they didn't know how, or were consumed, removed from the wheel somehow. Maybe her corruption, or dark magic of the void, undeath. No matter
Does she
the
pose a
way, their secrets are not available to me.
Does she pose a threat to the gods, other than yourself?
Always. She is their biggest shame, in a way.
Interesting. Is it your assumption that if she were to re-consume these lost pieces, that she'd regain her sanity?
She never was quite sane to begin with. When she invented creatures, as you call them, she did so only because she enjoyed watching them suffer. Man was her favorite because it tried so hard to understand the reason for it.
Hi, vey. Ishu, what was your question?
I just wanted to know what happened to the dragons, but he kind of said that like they made a bad deal, right? What about the red ones?
The red ones resisted, did not obey heaven, did not fight with them. They were consumed and destroyed. If any had survived, they would be in lesser forms now, with tainted bloodlines. There are rumors of a great worm that managed to find a way to live among humans, to sire children and family. But as far as I know, they are all gone.
Vash, can you translate?
Only one smart dragon. And if all he has is rumors, that means that smart dragon might still be alive. Where would these rumors point towards?
Buried under a mountain in coins. To the
Buried
west.
under a mountain what?
In the coins. So
Coins.
yeah, to the west of you guys. There's he's here. We can just take a look at the fancy, fandy dandy whatever world map. Handy dandy. That's what I meant to say. So if you look at the world map, he might be talking about this mountain here.
And we are...
You are right here.
Oh, okay.
And this is the 5 rings right here.
If he found a way to live amongst humans, why would he be under a mountain?
Hang on.
I said there were rumors, but this dragon did not love the humans, simply used them to continue its bloodline. This was long ago, and it is likely dead.
But if it was dead, you would know it, wouldn't you?
Perhaps, unless it was removed from the wheel.
Removed from the wheel, removed from the wheel. How do you remove someone from the wheel?
Corruption. Influenced like my sisters. Dark magic, undeath. Taking their soul to the void instead. Not allowing for reincarnation. Anything that prevents that.
Does that mean that Orilyn has been removed from your wheel? Or was she ever part of it to begin?
I am uncertain she should not exist. All my knowledge says that her people died long ago.
That's interesting. And yet you know of the Oberon that she speaks of.
Yes, if Oberon made it out, heaven would be interested in this knowledge. He is thought to be sleeping and hiding. Perhaps his influence still lingers in this world, but not as strong.
And Oberon and Melora were allies. Does that mean that he was also an ally of yours?
Many gods are like siblings, cousins perhaps, distant family. I would consider Oberon an ally, yes.
Are there any others that you'd consider allies? Ones who might be willing to help as you are?
Well, if you can find any of the fragments of Aed, they would likely help you, if only to be given something to burn.
And Aeth is who?
Aed was the god of fire, but was shattered when rebelled against heaven. Split into pieces, these fragments are like fire's different domains now, almost like children.
And why did he rebel against heaven?
Aed does not follow orders. Aed only burns.
So heaven couldn't control him is more the issue.
Yes. But even fire can only burn so bright in the light of the fountain.
Is he the only one you know of then?
There are others that may yet survive. Their participation is unknown. I would start with trying to locate cults, perhaps, blasphemers, or people who follow the old ways. Maybe they could lead you to more primordials, if that's what you seek.
This is something I've been curious about. What is the difference between a primordial and a god? Simply what side they're on?
Now, primordials are gods. But not all gods are primordials. Primordials are anything that came before heaven, I suppose. Pretty much anything excluding heaven, outside of the Arcana. Some are stronger than others. Some are more like a force than an entity.
Earlier, you mentioned feeding. If you were to run out of memories to absorb and consume, what would happen to you? Would you cease to exist?
This form would, but death is not the end.
All right then. Now, this may be a shot in the dark, but if you stop believing in fire, I think fire is still there in the end.
Yes,
Is it the same with the Arcana? If they lose all their followers, do they poof?
the Arcana are a bit tricky in this matter. They draw their power from enlightened souls in particular. As long as people are reaching enlightenment, then they can draw power, I suppose, or perhaps as long as people are working toward it or bound to the wheel. They feed off this transference of souls.
And souls predated bodies? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, it was at first only a way of drawing power from the fountain.
Those souls are pieces of this fountain.
Yes. And their power is stronger when filtered through the wheel and enlightened.
Interesting. Where might we find some of these pieces of Ed?
I've heard the dwarves have one. One they use as a servant, perhaps bound by chain, forced to work.
The gods couldn't control him, but the dwarves found a way.
The fragments, while separated, are much weaker. This one is a god of the forge, I believe.
So he works with them willingly?
No, by force, enslaved and chained. You can always try speaking to your campfire, Vash. Ever feel like something is watching while it flickers.
From the fire.
Yes, it is his influence, isn't it? It could be possible to reach his fragments that way, if they find you worthy.
That's highly doubtful.
You have some power and fire, no. You can call forth a spirit.
I utilize it. That doesn't mean I have power over it. Does it?
Not that you subjugate it necessarily, but could mean a natural affinity or influence, some primal connection.
I guess I'll keep that in mind.
Magic doesn't happen by accident.
And you think my magic comes from this Ed?
Perhaps. Or at least a fragment of him. There are many.
How many?
It may be impossible to know. One for every aspect of fire, perhaps. One for destruction. For the forest fire that never burns out. One for the torch that lights the way in the dark. The list can go on.
Great. Should be easy to find them then.
It is not that you need to find them all. Unless your goal is to bring back Aid. That seems impossible, or like a mistake.
And why would you feel that's a mistake?
If there was anything as reckless and uncontrollable as my sister, it would be Aid. Just a different kind of consumption.
Well, sometimes when you're being hunted by the bear and the lion, you just need to sick them on each other.
I suppose, but whichever one is left is now very angry with you.
There is that. So with the knowledge that you have, what do you think our best course is next if we're trying to slow down your sister, stop her? What will she be going after?
Well, she will likely target another location or place of power to spread her influence. She has failed in the valley for now, unless there's another place nearby. She could hold back and wait, but I suspect the swords will surround her zone of influence. Waiting seems like a bad plan.
She gets stronger the more she takes. Waiting does seem like a bad idea.
And a Grovey is impatient.
What do you know of a Grovey?
That one is devious. He and my sister are a perfect pair. He enjoys the suffering too.
And he's special in what way? Is he not just another Bane? Just
Kalishtar,
because he's working with her.
if you want to know the answer, is he really your brother? Is that the question?
Sure, let's go with that.
Hmm. What would you consider a brother, Vash?
Well, I think we look at it differently than you do.
Perhaps, yes. But if someone shares blood, does that make them a brother? Or
By our definitions.
can it be more complicated? Someone who's actually there, who actually spends time with the family.
So you think he's my brother because we spend time together?
No, he's your brother by blood.
Interesting. Same parents.
He used a lot of resources to track you down, Vash.
Is there any reason I wouldn't know of him before now?
Your parents sent him away. He was not well. He didn't take kindly to the gift like you did. Used it to prey on people, on lesser things.
I perish the thought, never do that.
You laughing?
Did I make the forgotten one laugh? Um,
Yeah, what else you got?
say we needed your help and you're not there. Is there any way to find you or contact you? I hate to say it, but you're actually somewhat useful.
Would you like to leave this connection open?
What will you do with it if I do?
You have my word. I will not attempt to influence you. But if you wish to communicate, it can be possible this way.
Very well. How do we do this?
It is done already. The only thing is, if I am destroyed by my sister, it will cease. Or if either of us, if you leave this plane of existence.
Very well. That's just another reason why you probably shouldn't go off on your own, but hey, what do I know?
Are you concerned for me, Vash?
I'm concerned with your usefulness.
Hmm. Well, I wouldn't be very useful to you, I'm afraid.
Oh, you've been plenty useful already.
Was that Vash giving a compliment?
This form weakens. It will not last long. Certainly would not help you against heaven. But perhaps there is a stronger one.
Your usefulness isn't in the form, but in the knowledge that you hold.
All the
Being
better
able to
reason,
access that.
all the better reason to secure that knowledge, you know.
Exactly. How do I simply try to speak to you mentally?
In your mind, yes.
And is that an open connection? You can hear everything I'm thinking.
I will not listen unless
There you are.
you call. But yes, it works like your gift, but over any distance.
I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with that.
If it helps, I can make you okay with it.
Oh, I don't think you should do that.
Yes. Probably for the best.
It's the closest thing he's said to like a joke, I think.
That's how Vash took it. When Melora gets her mind back, she'll want to help us, yeah?
Yes, I think she had special relationship with your friend Odayn.
And beyond that, she opposes your sister normally?
Anything living does, essentially.
Well, if it wants to remain living.
Yeah.
Well, Ishu, do you have any more questions?
Uh, is there any more gold and stuff here?
Good job, Ishu.
I think you found everything.
Yeah, okay.
I have one on his behalf. Is he at all related to this dragon or dragons in general?
There is a way to be certain. I could take a look in his mind, I suppose.
Will it harm him?
Did it harm you?
Fair enough. What do you think about that issue?
I don't know. You're gonna let this guy go poking around in my head?
Do you have something to hide?
No. Maybe.
Well, it sounded a bit defensive.
Yeah, I guess.
What?
I guess go for it. Whoops. He you see him like hold up a couple, like 2 tentacles in Ishu's direction. They don't like try to make contact with him or anything, but I guess Ishu chooses to fail.
Interesting. Yes. There is something here. A bloodline, perhaps. Draconic. Yes, I think one of the red dragons' bloodlines, perhaps. There is an influence here. They were angry, jealous beasts. A stain in the blood, perhaps.
Hey, I ain't got no stains.
The influence yet lingers. You draw power from it. It will only get worse.
Worse in what way?
The red dragons were vicious creatures, wrathful, spiteful, jealous, control hungry. Your friend could become much more like them. It is a infection, perhaps, of the soul. They were punished as well when they rebelled.
Jealous creatures.
Wait, so I'm gonna turn into a jerk more and more, and it's just gonna get worse.
Yes. Basically.
Is there a way?
Is there a way to stop it? Perhaps. It would be a blasphemy. What lines
We-
are you willing to cross?
We like blasphemies here. Go on.
You could replace the soul with another. Anyone willing to make the sacrifice?
Wouldn't that?
Yeah, look, I don't want to kill anybody. I don't think that's a good idea, Vash.
Does that mean you only don't want to kill humans because we've killed a few on the way in, and we'll probably kill a few more on the way out?
Well, I mean, hey, that's a good point. Some of them are jerks, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, the soul is unclean now. So, replace it with another dirty one. Sounds like a great plan.
Oh, look at you, being all sarcastic.
Seems you understand it well. I'm simply learning the language.
We'll figure it out, Ishu. I mean, You might become more of a dick, but you'll be pretty powerful at least.
Well, I like grow wings and stuff, and like, get real big and all that.
No.
No, it's hardly worth it then.
It's a bit sad. But if you know it's gonna happen, maybe you can do something about it. At least you have a chance.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank
mean-
the nice fish.
Thank you, Forgotten One Fish Guy. Appreciate it.
Thanks
Say-
are not required.
Less of a dick already.
Yeah. All right. Well. Hey, I don't know if the elephant's gonna work so much. It only lasts 24 hours, and we got like a 3-day walk back to the town. So
Hmm.
we might need to come up with another plan to carry all that stuff. I'm just saying.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Well then, I suppose that's enough questions for now. I'm tired.
Yeah, exhausted. So what else are we doing before we leave? I guess we have we cut here, we cut to the next thing someone in the group is doing. So what else? Is there anything else anybody wanted to do?
I think Seraphina and Elduin are having a conversation.
Oh,
Yeah, there's some stuff going on in the chat here, huh?
oh, I missed it.
Just trying to catch up with Elduin and his advocacy or something.
Okay.
So Elduin, are you the leader of these devils?
He kind of looks over at. He kind of looks to see if Vash is nearby enough, and he realizes that Vash is pretty far away. And then I say, "Yes."
See,
In the voice.
Oh,
Cut out.
Tim, you still there?
I cut out. I thought you meant.
yeah, you did cut out.
I say yes in the voice of the actual leader.
Oh, okay.
Once I realize that Vash isn't close by.
Where's your base of operations, Elduin?
5 rings.
Oh, that's good. We're going there after this place, right? I look at Odayn and who else is in here in this tiny hut? Just Odayn.
Odayn's probably counting the money and not paying attention. He doesn't want
do you
to
happen to
count.
know, do you happen to know where Timothy's body is, Elduin?
I scratch my head. Timothy's body?
Yes. Shoot, I forgot.
Who is Timothy's body?
Alright, never mind. I'll look for myself.
Boat.
Boat.
Timothy. Boat.
No, he's a human, I believe.
I scratch my head and mime tying up a boat. Or tying up the limbs of his body. Boat. Timothy,
I-
boat.
There he is. I'm gonna drag Timothy's body and show it to everyone. It's like, do you guys remember how long he has been dead? I ask everybody. I don't really remember.
Probably like 3 days.
It's been a little while. Yeah.
Can I inspect his body if it's already like rotten or?
I don't know if you guys have been down. Has it been 3 days that you guys have been down here?
I think so.
3 or 2 or 3, I think.
I know there was probably like 2 long rests before, and you're kind of doing a third one, I guess now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of possible that you know, you got the long rest earlier than you should have. I mean, your DM was being generous a little bit there.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure, we can say it's been a couple days. Why not?
I'm afraid that if we stay here for a long time, his body will start to decay and smell. Should we do a funeral once we wake up from our rest?
Sorry, was that a question?
Yeah, I asked the group.
No.
We can. I don't really know the rights to the funeral rites. Do you?
I need to. It will take an hour, but yes, I do. Should we do it before we do our rest, or?
We should probably ask the rest of the group.
Okay. I don't want him to turn into like an undead or something. Even though he follows the arcana about reawakening and such.
How long until Melora finishes her thing, by the way? Sam.
I mean, pretty much the end of the long rest. Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she had to start after doing it her first time, which took her 3 hours. She failed, and then it was going to take her 4 more hours. So like an hour before the end of any long rest you guys might take.
We've basically been just watching her, and every time she starts looking bad, we start pumping healing into her again.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And she's sort of like in a trance, and
Like, oh, hope she stops doing what she's doing eventually.
yeah, she's kind of singing, and you know, what's his name said she has to do it. It's like a thing she has to do to keep her form together or something.
Is everyone back at the hut, or are we still talking to the? Is Vash still talking to Lex? And what's Orilyn doing?
Orilyn, after her conversation with the Forgotten One, would have like gone to sit on that log that's there and think, and she would have eventually have gone into her trance for the long rest.
Okay. Can you make a Constitution saving throw? The DC is 14.
Could I use my inspiration?
Sure.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
So take a point of exhaustion. And what normally happens for you when you go into a trance? Meditation stuff.
They basically go over like memories.
Like past life memories kind of stuff.
Yeah, she's still young enough that she gets past life memories, but as they get older, they lose the ability to get the past life memories.
Okay. Well,
It's weird.
your past life memories are like nightmares. So like they seem you have your normal like past life memory stuff, and then at some point during the memory, it just turns nightmarish. So like people you're talking to start to split into like multiple flesh monsters, or like their body splits in half and there's two monsters running after you or something crazy. I think
She
at one
remembers what happened with Oberon, right? Like when she was going to go help him. Just
Yeah.
over and over and over.
There might be traumatic past memories too that are just traumatic
Yeah.
in themselves.
Yeah, you could be like seeing how the elves got wiped out, maybe here. It could be a lot of different things, right? I think maybe at some point you're like looking into a reflecting pool, and you're like bleeding into the water, and you see like a line form on your face, and your face starts to split apart. And then like you come to, and you kind of like let out a little yelp, a little bit, maybe it scares you, something along those lines. But yeah, it's just it's not very restful. So you don't get your long rest. And you're just coming to. You're pretty sickly. So with a point of exhaustion, I think it's just disability on ability checks, or disadvantage disability. Disadvantage on ability checks. Disability is even better, really.
Ability sums it up.
Disability is once her arm falls off from this.
And
When she grows her sharp teeth.
yeah, you can't focus to get into your like meditation state really well, I guess, or it just goes really bad. And when you come to, you're sweating and pale, and like it's really hot suddenly, and you just feel really queasy and gross.
I'm just picturing an elf with multiple layers of teeth.
I think with her not feeling good, she would have gone back into winter mode.
Okay. If you need to, if you need to complete a long rest to change your form, then you can't change your form. But if you don't need to complete the rest, then you're fine.
I think it's just a thing where they just do it once a day, pretty much.
Okay.
Like they made it so they can only do it once a day to prevent people from swapping around to get the various bonuses, like from face up.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to change it if they want to do fire instead of fear or whatever.
All right. Let me grab your winter form thing. And
Technically, it says when finishing a long rest. It doesn't say when successfully finishing a long rest.
are the HPs right? Yeah, they are. Okay. Gotta put the curse on this one. All right. There you go. All right. So you change your form to winter. What else are you guys doing before you get out of here?
Regarding the loot, do you know how to get it out?
Elduin is eyeing the loot constantly, by the way, Odayn.
I don't think it's been discussed.
He looks like he might try to grab as much gold as he can and run, but hasn't yet.
Ishu mentioned something to Vash about getting the loot out, but I don't think he said it to anyone else.
About the elephant?
Yeah.
Devil will be really happy with some of this stuff. Elduin. Like he might be interested in the mirror.
I mean, Elduin's just there for the money. Elduin might be happy with having the money for himself and ditching.
Yeah.
Oh, Odayn's definitely glaring at him. He definitely does not trust this dwarf. Who's in
Oh
this
yeah,
tiny hut.
Elduin's not hiding that he's thinking about grabbing it and leaving. He's like He's not being super subtle. He's just staring at the gold the entire time.
Well, I don't know. This elephant can help us for a day, but is your owl still out running around?
Yeah.
What about that thing? Can it carry stuff or whatever?
Yes, it could carry stuff. Seer could carry stuff. But the thing that she carries the most is myself. She's my mount or steed.
Can you
Make it
just
walk.
walk Seraphina while she carries the loot?
Yes, we can do that, but probably just until we come out from this place.
Can it carry both? Like, yeah, can it carry all of our stuff for 3 days?
I don't think so. We might have to make a cart or a wagon or a boat, perhaps.
Make a
When
wagon.
Seraphina says boat, I look at Timothy's body.
No, not that.
Make a wagon. That sounds like it's gonna take forever.
If your elephant friend can get it out of the cave, I might be able to help from there.
Wait, get it out of the. You said we weren't doing that, right? Because it's like narrow in places.
Right. Okay. So we'll drag it out ourselves,
It's
and then I'll
hour,
help.
It's an 8-hour walk out of the cave, Vash.
Would you like to leave it?
No, no.
I guess we're making the walk, aren't we?
Yeah. All right.
Well, we don't have to take all of
I
it.
start-
We can just take what we can carry.
Waste not, want not. I say we keep it all.
When he says we don't have to take all of it, I look at him like he's crazy.
Let's look and see how much gold weighs in 5e.
A lot.
Yeah.
Remember, Odayn, gold is influence, and right now we could use a little bit of that.
Each coin weighs 0.02 pounds, right?
We had the count for the coins.
Hang on, let's do some math here. You guys had 1,800 gold, right?
Carry weight
Yeah.
5e.
So
It's
0.02 times 1,800. It's 36 pounds just for the gold. But there was how many silver pieces?
a lot more than that.
Yeah.
6,000 silver.
0.02 times 6,000.
Oh,
so
I can only carry 120 pounds.
120 pounds.
Just here.
So Elduin carries all the silver pieces. And
No.
nothing
No.
else.
No.
We have
Well,
90
I'd have to drop
platinum.
all of my other stuff.
So we're up to 156 pounds. How many copper did you get?
600.
All right, so another 12 pounds. So that's 168. Was there platinum?
90.
It's just another like 1.8 pounds. So not much, like 170 pounds. So really not that bad. I think that's all the
How
coin.
much in
Then-
total?
It was 36 plus 120 plus 12 plus 1.8. So it's like
I'm assuming that the
it's like one-
bargaining would be kind of going on for a while on what we're carrying.
it's like
So Elduin's gonna say that he'll take the platinum.
yeah. Let me just take all the. I'll take all the hundreds.
You know,
guys.
just take all the platinum.
You guys.
Yeah, we're
keep
not
the
going to do
pennies.
that. Thanks anyways there, little dwarf.
It's about 180-ish pounds, somewhere in that ballpark.
Here can carry all of these,
It's not too
but
bad.
that when it comes where there are enemies, I don't know what we will do with that.
Can't
If we
Seer
can
just fly
go
up
around
and we'll deal with the
the
enemies?
Yeah.
If we can get it all out of the cave, this is not a hard problem to fix. Got to get it there first.
We need a big bag to place all of these lump sum of gold.
Does anyone have a chest? I don't know why you're carrying a chest around.
Well, I had one, but then we used it up a while back.
Still got some hearts in it.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want to know what happened to that chest? Maybe
we'll find out.
maybe one day you'll find out. Yeah.
Hey, Grovey has it, right?
Yeah, he still got it.
I pull out a little sock that's all mangled and messed up. Looks like a goblin sock. And put it on that chair. This is about as big as I got. So, yeah, that's
I pull out a tinderbox.
All right. First things first, we need to split it all up evenly, right?
Yeah.
That seems like a fair way to do it.
All right, so give me 1,000 gold.
Take the platinum.
That's not how you split gold.
Hmm.
Doesn't Vash have a blanket that he had Orilyn buy for him way back when?
I've got a few blankets. I was thinking the same thing.
They have holes in them though, don't they?
No.
No, Timothy made.
He stabbed
Oh,
his.
Yeah, I mangled all the blankets while you were asleep.
Did you?
All of your bedding is like super messed up.
Yeah, he ruined your bedding when you went missing and we had Tulpa controlling you.
Mm.
Like way back at Lapel's camp, right?
I throw a fireball at Timothy.
He's already dead.
Deal.
Somebody beat you to the team kill on.
Well, if
on that
anybody has bedrolls though, Orilyn has one, so we could use stuff like that to.
Bedroll.
There was also a tent that we passed by. There was a
Isn't that
tarp.
That's a good
gross
It
idea.
has
and
both.
might have a hole in it from when Timothy blasted it?
He blasted the tent.
I mean,
Well, because he was
Uh.
blasting the goblinoid creature.
Hmm.
yeah, maybe. I mean, you can always go check, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like how everything that we're using to try to carry things, we're like, wait, no, Timothy put a hole in that. Everything.
Miss him
Maybe
so
you can
much.
cast mending on the spot, you know, or
Odayn, how many
Oh.
weapons
I
are you
could-
carrying?
I can drop some of them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I don't think you can carry 6 weapons, bro. I don't know.
I have one longsword. I have like 5 daggers.
Oh yeah, you're probably fine then. Yeah, daggers is a different story. I was thinking.
Sorry,
more-
six daggers. I have 6 short bows.
Okay, that's a lot of bows. 6? Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, Matt.
and that's it.
That's all.
And my own weapon.
Just in case we need an extra
It's just
bow.
enough to
Or
arm the group.
6.
Yeah,
All right.
but
well,
but short bows only. The short bows are only like 2 pounds, so I can drop 12 pounds worth of short bows.
yeah.
Hmm.
drop the stuff that sells for the least.
Orlin, do you know how to knit?
Again,
Uh,
if we
Well-
can get all this out of the cave, we don't have to leave anything. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I nod and I
Vash-
start trying to pile gold into my bag.
No.
Vash, if the problem is your blankets,
I
I
stop
can
and
fix
look
it.
confused.
Yeah,
Vash, if
even
the
if we
problem
have
is
to-
your blankets, I can fix it.
that would be great. I would like it fixed anyways.
I pull out my bedroll and
Yeah, I'll
my
pull out the blanket
hempen
and the bedroll.
rope and I set them down.
Okay, we've got fixed blankets. Now, how about this gold?
Are we splitting it right now, or
You guys just
maybe
gonna
once we get out?
you guys
Odayn,
gonna
what was
put
the
all the
count?
gold into like 6 blankets and then you're gonna tie them up like hobo style and just throw them over your shoulder? Is that the plan?
Guess so.
This seems good to me.
I don't mind doing that.
Odayn, what was the count for all this?
600 copper, 6,000 silver, 1,800 gold, 90 platinum.
And is everyone here okay with splitting it evenly?
I shake my head. No.
Does anyone here whose opinion actually matters have a problem with it?
No problem here.
I continue nodding.
Good, then it's decided. We'll split it up. And you can be lucky that you're getting a piece.
I pull out from my bag. Wait, actually, no, never mind. That's not what I thought it was.
Mhm.
I start kind of drawing in some of the dirt on the floor, some math, and I draw 5 dots for five people, and then I write out all the numbers, and then I divide them, but the numbers aren't quite adding up.
Cave floor math.
I
No, not 5, 6.
I mean, if he wants to do 5, we can omit him completely.
Well, as long as Ishu gets his share.
Oh, I forgot about these.
Oh, I was talking about the dwarf.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind leaving the dwarf out of it. But remember,
I
as
shake
soon as
my
we get
head
back to
no.
town, he's got all
I
of his friends there.
I just think we should probably hurry. Orilyn's being quiet. She doesn't look so good.
She's looking a bit pale, isn't she?
Yeah,
What's
Yeah.
wrong, Orilyn?
I present my evenly divided amounts that I should to the group.
That's okay.
when she looks at you, Seraphina, she's popped like a blood vessel in one of her eyes, and like her whole eye is like on one side of her face is like blood red, and she's pale, sweating, like she looks pretty sick. Y'all continue.
Vash.
Yes.
Do you have some of those mahjong tiles? Maybe those can help her. My powers couldn't even work.
If a great and powerful arcana like you can't help her, I don't think the mahjong tiles are going to help.
We haven't tried, did we?
No, and I'm not going to.
Wait, Seraphina's an arcana?
According to her, isn't she?
Issues.
No, I'm not an arcana.
Some big
I'm just
death
an
god?
emitter.
That's what she said.
Issue says, actually, I still got one left. Why don't you go ahead and take it? It's worth a shot.
Alright.
Ichu.
Alright, thank you, Ishu.
It's not
And
gonna work.
I
It's a waste.
placed it on Orilyn's arm. Was it her arm that got bitten?
Yeah, but it's not like still wounded or anything.
Maybe this will help you, Orilyn. Just pray to your god, it will.
Not so sure seed can help her, but you know.
Actually,
I'm just
Your god is-
picturing using the tiles to heal someone's eye, and then the tattoo of it is in their eye, so it's always floating in their vision like a video game HUD for the rest of their life. But only in one eye, so it makes them dizzy. Oh, that'd be so annoying.
I mean, you can use
Seraph-
the tile to recover some HP, but that's all that's gonna happen here.
oh yeah, is it like a normal potion?
Yeah, I think it's like a potion of healing, so like 2d4 plus 2, I think, or something like that. Let me see.
If it is, there's the
+2, so 8.
2d4.
Yeah.
It does nothing. Yeah, we did a long rest.
Yeah, it's
Seraphina.
2d4 plus 2. Okay, just making sure.
Oh, we did a long rest.
I don't know if we finished it yet, but I think so.
Oh, okay.
If you want to go ahead and finish the long rest, that's fine. I'm not going to interrupt your long rest.
Oh, I thought we already had.
Yeah, I
then-
thought we had to.
Yeah,
I still
I
have
told
one.
Orilyn she doesn't get any rest, so she got the gift of exhaustion instead.
I drop 3 empty water skins on the ground so that I can fit my carry capacity.
Remember, you can go over your carry capacity. It just impedes you, so you move slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of water skins.
So
Can we
when
do with oil?
Seraphina puts that on Orilyn, Orilyn's gonna say, Seraphina, can you, Odayn, come over somewhere else? And she'll just like point away from where the rest of the group is.
All right, I'll call Odayn.
Okay.
Odayn, something's wrong with Orilyn.
What do we do? Orlin, what is it that you need?
So when they're away from the others out of earshot, Orlin is gonna look at Odayn first, and she's gonna say, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, so I just want to ask, would you continue my work?
Orlin, don't talk like that. You're gonna make it.
But just in case.
Your work as in to resurrect the Green Lord?
Yeah, that, and he wanted me to expand his influence, but I understand if you don't want to do that. But if you can at least save him, and if she'll turn to look at Seraphina. If I look like I'm gonna turn into one of those things, can you not let me do that?
I'll try my hardest for you not to turn into one. But only say the word, and I might
not. I don't know. They didn't seem in the right mind. I might not be in the right mind either.
It's okay, Orlin. We'll save you. Don't try not to think such terrible thoughts.
We're hoping to get back to the 5 rings as soon as possible. Maybe that priest friend that Fee made could help you.
Yeah, maybe. I
Just
think
have faith.
that guy, and she'll point to the Forgotten One. I think he said I might have a week. Mac.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Issue's like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Would you stalk us?
You eavesdropping issue.
Oh, sorry.
I could totally see him doing it.
Yeah, probably.
Hey.
He did just offer up the healing tile, so maybe he's just checking.
Oh, yeah.
It's really on the side, like lurking.
Yeah.
Oh, which one did he have?
The healing tile? Like, what was the symbol on it?
Yeah, was it like a sun or a little snowflake or a flower or I think it's a leaf.
Make it be a cup.
Orilyn Orilyn, if she was in her right mind right now, would have thought it was the coolest thing to have a set of the season tattoos if there was the seasons in that particular set of Mahjong.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it might be like a snowflake or something like that design on it.
Cool. She has a permanent snowflake on her arm.
Does the tattoo change depending on season?
We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah.
Opening up a bunch of, well, look at this special little snowflake jokes.
How heavy is my magic mirror?
Probably
That's
like
like
half
That's
a
like
pound.
a full-size mirror, dude. That's like a mirror
Yeah,
mirror
I,
on the
I
wall
wasn't
mirror.
sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure because we never clarified the actual size of the mirror.
I thought it was like a hand mirror.
So I wasn't sure what we were. That's what I was picturing, and then I remembered that some mirrors are like way bigger and that we never clarified. So I had to make sure.
Yeah, it's a little hand mirror.
Because if
It's
we were
probably
talking normal mirror.
like half a pound or something. Not real heavy.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting some whispers too that I just saw. Sorry for the delay. Whenever you want to do that, we can do that.
Orlin's also gonna add to them. You guys can also, if I don't make it, you can split my loot. But can you, if you ever see my family, can you give them my diary?
Of course.
Is she
I
back with
want
the
to
group or
make
no?
sure they have my proof that I did stuff.
How do we find? What does your family look like? How would we know what they look like?
You look like her.
They look like versions of me. Yeah.
Well,
It's-
hopefully we
it's
don't
a-
give them to some random elves.
If you ever see them, we're the family Favier, so just go ask the last name.
Favier?
Favier.
All right. We can do that for you.
Thank you.
My magic
But-
mirror put me over my carry capacity.
Oh no. Also, Orilyn can't take the share that you guys want her to carry. So somebody else is gonna have to carry that.
Oh,
You don't have a blanket
I
to
will.
wrap it in
I
or
will. I
anything?
volunteer.
I mean, she'd probably hand it to either Odayn or Seraphina.
Okay.
When I realized that you don't,
I can
even though
take
you're
it
handing it to other people, I put my palms out and make coin jingling sounds.
I can take it, but I have to drop some of my stuff, so
mm.
I'll take it.
Oh lord, guys, it's like no one listens.
I have to know, are Orlin's notes in her journal neater than your notes for the... Are they somehow managing to be neater and more thorough than your notes for the actual sessions? Or is she a sloppy note taker?
Her journal is actually my notes.
Oh.
Because I write them I write all of my notes from her perspective. So a lot of the times, if she wasn't in a scene, I just don't write about it. Unless she happened to overhear it or something.
I think we know what Orlin does in the 4 hours that everyone else is long resting.
When she's not staring at everybody, yeah.
Oh, who
Okay.
here's got rope? Please tell me some of you have rope.
I have rope.
I have rope.
I pull
Okay.
out a rope and then I make a coin jingling sound and reach out one hand.
I've got
Alright, give me all the ropes.
I've got person jerky.
That
Orlin has 2. Silk
that's fine.
ropes.
Give me all the ropes. And Vash is gonna start
When
tying
you
them
choose this
together
person,
in a
Jim.
net.
Okay, I will give you my rope.
I have 2 as well, so that's 4, 6. It's like 500 feet of rope. There should be plenty.
How much gold does Ishu get?
He gets the same as everyone else.
Oh, how much was it?
15 plat,
I'll
300
give you
gold,
the rope.
1,000 silver, 100 copper. I'll
Whoa.
repost it.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess I missed
No,
it.
you're good. That.
15. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I will tie all these ropes into a net-like thing with a piece extending, have everyone pile all the stuff they're dropping into it, and then we'll wrap it up and tie it to the bird. And all he has to do is drag it, or maybe lift it a little.
The bird can drag it.
No, not the little bird, the big bird.
Yeah, the owl, right?
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll make Elduin carry it.
When Ishu mentions that he has the person jerky, I kind of walk over and I hold out the 100 copper.
Yeah, he takes it.
Person jerky.
Oh, yeah.
No, I move it away. Person
Yeah,
in his voice.
he reaches in. He's like, oh, really? I didn't know you appreciated delicacies. He like reaches into his pocket and he pulls out like a charred, really dry, like severed finger. He hands it to you. Yeah.
Would that be one ration or?
I mean, it's a good thing you're not human. I think you'll be. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, you can mark that as a ration. Hey, Orilyn, speaking of food, do you have to eat or anything? Is that something Orilyn has to do?
They do have to eat.
Yeah.
The food tastes like ash or offal or dirt.
Oh no. It's a good thing she's not in autumn mode.
And it doesn't really like give you any nourishment or anything.
So we figured
She
out the
just
extra stuff on the ground.
Still feels full, but it was gross and not good.
I mean, you're still hungry.
Oh. So it didn't even act as filler?
No.
I walk over to Orilyn. I have some people jerky.
What kind of people?
They were bad guys. Wait,
They were what?
bad guys. Yeah, they were jerks.
Yeah, but like,
Hence the
were
jerky.
they humans or?
People jerky.
I mean, yeah, I think one of them might have been a halfling or something. Do you got a preference?
I don't eat humans or halflings.
I'll give it a week.
It looks pretty good.
Does it?
Yeah, there's like a sick part of your brain that's like you know that's a bad.
Disgusting. Stomach
still-
grumbles.
You still like feel the way a normal person would about it, right? Like you still see it as being disgusting. You know, it's horrible. Cannibalism is horrible. Nobody should ever do it. You still believe all that stuff, but there's like a sick part of in the back of your brain that's like, I don't know. It kind of looks like it. Kind of smells good. I don't know.
Maybe some other time, though.
Yeah.
Like if I run out of food of my own, even though this was gross.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Tries not to make eye contact.
She's just staring at it until he puts it away.
Yeah, he'll slowly tuck it back in his satchel.
I'm assuming we finish our long rest, right? Or is everyone ready?
You guys can all do your long rest, yeah.
Yeah, we were told that this place was safe, so I assume we might not have even set up a watch. Well, I guess we would have set up a watch because of the damn dwarf.
Yeah, it's fine. We can just assume you guys did your watches.
Okay.
However you'd like to do that.
How does Melora look after a long rest?
So she finishes her ritual at some point, and she's not leaking anymore. We see her
That's
like
good.
pull out the shawl from the water, like I described before, and like drapes it over her like shoulders, and it fades away, and she seems like a little bit more comfortable. She kind of seems less clumsy, and yeah, she kind of like stands up and looks around to see what you guys have been up to this whole time.
Oh, small detail. When I was eating the fish, I also ate a couple pebbles
Yeah, okay,
because
good.
bird died.
Yeah.
I think Wolf is asking if we can do a break.
Oh, sorry.
Before we get into anything else big.
Yeah. That's a good time to take a break. Why don't we go ahead and do that? All right. We'll be back in like, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes. Okay. All right. All right. This is a family show. All right. All right. We'll be back in like 5 minutes or so, guys. Thanks. If you enjoy the video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.